Every day we hear of tragic deaths and atrocities such as civil war in Syria, terrorism in Western Europe, shootings in the United States. These conflicts give us the impression that violence is on the rise. Despite the fact that there are many high-profile conflicts and terrorism incidents going on throughout the world, there has been a progressive decline in all objective measures of violence. Let's begin with the most extravagant form of violence, war, but more specifically, wars between great powers. These wars account for the most battle-related deaths in history. As illustrated in this graph, where PINKER compares the number of conflicts between great powers over a period of time. Between the 1500s and the early 1700s, the percentage of years in which great powers fought was consistently over 75%. In the mid-1700s, this percentage began to steadily decline with a few period exceptions. The jagged decline of great power wars reveals that over time, wars became shorter and less frequent, and we later entered a period PINKER calls the Long Peace, a term we can agree contradicts what we see in the media nowadays. The Long Peace is a period from the end of the Second World War in which great powers stopped waging war on one another. Western Europe's bloody centuries of warfare, culminating into 2 world wars, have given way for more than 7 decades of peace. Not only has the frequency, duration, and lethality of war decreased, but also the number of deaths from wars and genocides in the past. As you can see, there has been a massive decline in battle deaths from the 1950s, where there are around 2 million battle deaths per war, to the 2000s, where it has nearly flatlined with a couple exceptions. We've made quite a substantial improvement. From 2014 to 2019, there have been some horrific genocides that have taken place. These atrocities contribute to the fact that we are living in newly violent times, such as 4,500 Yazidis, Christian, and Shiite civilians killed by ISIS, 5,000 killed by the Boko Haram in Nigeria, Cameroon, and Chad, and the most recent Sri Lankan terrorism incident killing 300. One can never use the word fortunately in the connection of killing innocents, but we must not let the media sensationalize terrorism, because in the past, such as the Rwandan genocide, that killed 800,000 people, and the Cambodian genocide killed 1.7 million people. That is a substantial difference from the past. So, we must not let the media sensationalize terrorism and conflict to distort the reality that the world is actually closest to achieving world peace that it has ever been in human history. We must consider not only why is there war, but why is there peace? Not only what are we doing wrong, but what are we doing right? We have been doing something right, and it's our obligation as the upcoming generation of leaders to make a difference, to advocate for peace and be the optimistic voices of our generation. Thank you.